What up, YouTube? It's your boy Detroit Love with another video. Today we're going to take a look at all the tools and all the parts that you need to build a modded arcade cabinet. Everything you need right here, displayed for you. Let's get it started. So, we got our handy dandy neck knife.
It was on the porch. I thought it was all in one box. That wasn't the case.
Alright, so today, again, we're just going to go over all the items you need to transform your stock arcade into a modified main. So let's talk about the tools that you're going to need or that would help with the build. I definitely recommend, if you have some type of work gloves that are light and thin, that just protect your skin as you're working, especially when you're working with the PCB, the computer board that you're taking off. That thing is metal, has some sharp edges, and you're reaching in there and pulling out those wires and whatnot. You can get scratched though. So if you have gloves, if not, don't worry about it. It's not necessary, but it definitely helps. You definitely gonna need a screwdriver. Definitely gonna need a screwdriver for almost the entire portion of the mod. These here, these little snips, I use those to break off this little tab on the speaker, just so that's flush. See a little thin plastic tab. I use those. I've also picked up some wire snips, which is probably going to cut that little better, but those work just as fine. But I may try this since I have them. And you know, scissors when you're getting in a demolition mode. You're also going to need it when you're cutting your Velcro strips down. You need scissors to cut those. When you're drilling your holes, in your panel, the step bit definitely help. With this particular button set, all of the holes are the same, so you just use the step bit and go all the way through, and that's the perfect size. If you have a button set that's a little smaller, this is helpful because you can use this to make a smaller hole. I also use this bit when I mount the speaker up here, and I drill a hole just small enough so that the cables, both the power and the speaker cable, can fit through that. The step bit is helpful. Obviously it's going to help when you're drilling into this panel board here for your coin buttons. And a ruler, some type of measuring tool, and then just a little drill bit of help. This is helpful when you're starting holes, say for your joysticks. So you'll have to start a hole for your screws. That's primarily where you would use it. Also, when you are starting your holes for this, you can drill a hole just to have something that this drill bit can start with, because it has like a little tip on it. So that's your tools. I've heard people using files to drill the hole, you know, cut the holes up. They've used box cutters. I even heard a rumor that somebody's pet gerbil choose some holes through them for them. I'm just kidding. Whatever way you get it done, get it done. Don't let the fact that you don't have any of these things deter you from getting the project done. In the description, you have a link to the Street Fighter parts list, and everything you see here is on that list. Well, there are some additional things on the list that you know, the tool side that you may or may not need, but you'll see those here as well. Okay, so let's just go through. If you didn't need the tools, your base price would be approximately, as you see there, $232.96. So $233 is about the base if you needed everything or wanted to get everything here. Okay, you may already have some things already in your possession, like a power strip. So a power strip, you may already have one that you can use, so you can avoid this cost. But I want to say everything that's in here is going to make your cabinet look nice, beautiful, and function as it should. So this cord is 6 feet long. It has a right angle, so if you have to plug this in behind a table or a dresser or desk or something like that, a couch, it's not going to stick out as far as it would if it was a standard plug. So it's well thought out. It's 6 feet, so it gives you enough room to be away from the actual outlet, and it has 6 ports that allow you to plug up everything that you'll need. It also has a red light so that you know visually if your power is on and off. So again, I try to think about everything that you'll need, because these cabinets are dark, and so that red light helps if you don't have light to see whether it is on or off. Okay, so next thing we're going to talk about, this is in no particular order. I'll get the simplest things out the way right away. So a keyboard, you are going to need a keyboard, and the nice thing about this keyboard is it's small. It has a mouse built into it, as well as all the function keys that you would need to be able to do anything on your Raspberry Pi, whether you're programming, changing things, putting in your password for Wi-Fi. That's going to serve it, and it's small enough that you can keep it outside the cabinet on top, Velcroed on the top. It's out of the way visually, but right where you need it when you have to use it. Okay, so those are real simple. Keep all this stuff together. The next thing is this outdoor, extreme outdoor. Let me point the light over here. This extreme outdoor Velcro. So it's 10 strips in here. You're going to need this for just about everything that you install into your modified cabinet. You'll use it for the speaker, to mount that. You'll use it to mount your Raspberry Pi case. You'll use it to mount your controller board. You'll use it to mount your power strip. This is very handy. It's strong, secure, so your products won't be sliding around, moving when you don't want it to, and when you do go to use it and need to pull it out, you can pull it out without damaging anything and without removing the ability to put it back. So these Velcro strips are awesome and essential. Way better than double-sided tape. These ties just allows you to tidy things up at the end. The joysticks are going to come with the ball tops. A lot of people with the Street Fighter, they like to have these are called bat tops, and just for fighting games it just feels a lot better, so people prefer to have these. You are going to need a SD card, micro SD card. This is where your operating system is going to exist. A lot of people don't realize without this in that Raspberry Pi is not operational, has no function. You turn it on, it's not going to do anything. You have to have an operating system similar to your computer or laptop. If you don't have Windows or Mac or OS on it, it will not boot up and do anything. So you need to have your image on here, and the image is going to give you the operating system as well as the games. All right, so I recommend 32 because it's affordable. If you want to do another build to play around with it, I recommend you doing the 32 with the image that I recommend. That's the Wolf and Oz 32 gig arcade only image. Do that. If you want to put Super Nintendo and do all these other console type games, you can get a bigger one, but I recommend you doing this to get your feet wet, to understand, to get an operating cabinet available, and you can always take out this small card, put in your new 128 gig or 256 gig or 512 gig. You can go crazy with it, but the minimum cost of getting that additional card is so small that it's best to have one that you know works, and then you can take this out, play around, experiment. When you want to definitely have something that works, throw this back in. So you're going to need your memory card. You're going to need a HDMI cable. I recommend the 1.5, 1 foot or 1.5. Don't have to be any larger than that because these things are going to be pretty close. So you're going to need your cable, HDMI cable. This is the brains of the whole new arcade. This takes the place of, what did I do with it? So this is your original PCB board. This is the brains behind the original Arcade1Up. It has a cable that goes over to the controller board to allow your buttons and joystick to work. Everything plugs into this, and then everything goes over to the joysticks. This is replaced by the Raspberry Pi, which is essentially very similar to that board, where it is just a computer on the board. Okay, so this computer on the board replaces this computer on the board, but you need something else to allow the monitor to connect to it, and that's where this board comes in. So when you order this board from the list, it's going to come with some extra things. It's going to come with this, which is not needed, and this rainbow cable is not going to be needed because on the back of your monitor that you're keeping, it has a cable like this, and it has a cable like this. So you're not going to need these. You can just store these up for later. So you just pull that out, pull that off, pinch the little sides, you grab a little edge here and take these out as well. Alright, so you're not going to need that. You're going to plug your existing cables from your existing monitor into here and the power from there, and then you'll just ground it in one of these corners. So on your board you'll see there's a ground. So this in the package, you're not going to need these two cables. You're not going to need this. You're not going to really need this control. It can allow you to power on or off. It gives you an indication whether it's on or not. You can do some adjustments though, but that you'll seldom ever, if ever, need. But you just keep it attached. It's not going to harm anything. So I just store all the manuals and all the things that come with the extra stuff. I just put them in this little bag here that came with the power strip, and just keep it in the cabinet in case you need it. So again, this is the brains and the connectivity. This allows you to connect your joysticks and buttons into the Pi, and this connects the power and the video and the sound. So your speaker Your speaker, I recommend you can use what you have. If you have some PC speakers laying around, you can stick them in the cabinet. I recommend this. All I do is just clip off this little top bracket that's used to mount this to a monitor. We're not going to mount it to the monitor. We're going to mount it to the back, to the top of the Arcade1Up. It's slim line. It's got controls. Has controls to turn it on and off right here. Okay, and it has its own power. So you have to power this. When you're looking for this, you get the one on my list. It's going to have power. You can find these cheaper where they don't have this power, because this has a little short cable that is designed to plug into the back of a monitor, Dell monitor, and so you don't typically need the power cord. So they'll sell it just like this. So you want to be careful when you are shopping. Okay, so this is the brains. We'll just put them up to the side, and we want to protect our computer so it doesn't get damaged. So this kit that I recommend here has everything you need. It has a fan, it has the case, it has the heat sinks. What these do is keep the components on the Raspberry Pi cool. It just mounts on these little chips here, and right there on the back. There's 3 of them. It keeps that from overheating. It has independent power, 5 volts, 3 amps. So enough power. It has its own off and on switch, so you can turn off the power to the Raspberry Pi if you need to do maintenance, whatever, without having to power down everything else. It has a fan, all that mounts to the computer, and it's contained and safe in its own little case. The case has the fan gets mounted here. You can access your pins, your GPIO pins that allow you to plug your fan in, plug your existing power switch on the Arcade1Up. Gives you access to your memory card to slide that in and out. You can mount it with the Velcro, or you can use screws to mount it onto the wood. I like the Velcro, and so that houses everything you need, and it comes with a screwdriver that allows you to put the case together or take it apart, and you can use this on any screw on the Arcade1Up. So now you can have a dedicated screwdriver that you have to take off the rear panel, to take off the side screws if you're going to change out your marquee at some point in time. This package has everything you need included, so that you don't have to have any worries about getting your modified Arcade1Up, Street Fighter, or any other edition device. So the last piece of the puzzle are the controls, and the controls all come here. They're all packaged up. This is the blue and red package. Comes with all the buttons that you need, all the cables that you need, your USB lines. These will go and plug into your Pi. All the connections you need. It has your USB controller boards. There's 2 of those. These are where all the buttons and joystick plugs into, and that allow you to control it. And then here are your 2 joysticks. So once you have everything out this box, you can use this to house your old components for your Arcade1Up. So we're not using the speaker, so we have the speaker in the box, and we can just put all these old controls in this box, and it'll go in there fine enough for if you want to sell it on eBay, or just tuck it away so it packs in there fine, perfectly. Just mark your box as Street Fighter 2 Arcade1Up original parts, and you can store that in the base of your unit. if you ever decide to go back to the stock arcade. Obviously, you would need to put this in there as well. And that does fit in there as well. So you can keep all that together for sale or for future use. So there you have it. For about $233, everything that you need for your build is there. And so, hope that helps you in looking at what you need to get this modified. Okay, so we got those things out the way. The next phase is going to be our Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is the most essential part to this build. So we're going to talk about getting that image onto it, testing everything, because without this Pi, you can't get these buttons programmed correctly, you can't get the monitor plugged in, you can't test those things accurately to see if they work without having this Pi set up and ready. So we're going to do that next. So guys, make sure you subscribe, like the video, thumbs up, and comment below. How am I doing with this series? Are you enjoying it? Are you looking forward to the next one? Let me know what's going on. Until next time, guys, I'll see you on the web.